All right, shalom.
Shalom.
All right, first and foremost, we want to give infinite praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, GMS, who were well, and unto us this truth. Peace and salutations be unto your fellow Akim, your brethren, and your brothers that are also pushing out this word in true faith and in sincerity. All right, and in this video, Lord willing, the topic is going to be discussing on and getting supporting precepts on the passing of knowledge and love of the Most High. All right, because when you're reading the book of, I think it's either Luke or John, when our Lord Hamashiach Yahushua was speaking to one of his disciples, one of the things he asked him is, "What do you love me?" You know,
Yes, the head of the church,
the head of the church,
Apostle Peter.
Yeah, I don't want to be mistaken, but anyway, he asked his disciple, do you love me? Because obviously the Lord wasn't looking for mouth service; he was looking for actions and faith. All right, and what he said, feed my lambs. Feed, feed my servants with what? The knowledge of the scriptures. Feed them with food that is convenient for them. Feed them the bread of the word, the waters, right? All these things, all right? So, and essentially that's actually the love, real love, all right? Because the thing is, a lot of people would plaster all types of hypocrisies and all types of derogatory terms towards the Hebrew Israelites, saying, all we do on the highways and hedges is, condemn white people, you know what I'm saying? And, and get mad at black people, and all this other stuff. But either way, we're actually showing the most love that literally any other group of people can show forth throughout the whole earth, man. They want to say that we're hate groups and this and that, but we really have the best interest of everyone in the near future, even the heathen, bro.
Yeah.
For the planet Earth, for everyone. It's in everyone's best interest that we do this. The will of the Lord. So that's what we're gonna be getting. Supporting that topic of charity. Because that's what it is. Showing that level of selflessness. Because it's one thing to attain knowledge, but it's another thing to actually teach knowledge. Because that's what the Lord is doing. He's shaping his men into future teachers. All right, and as a teacher, you don't just teach yourself; you teach others. You teach to a group of people. So yeah, you can get your
Deuteronomy 30:19. I call to heaven and earth to record this day against you that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live. Right, and this is what Moses said unto us, the Israelites. All right, and basically, what the way to life is the ways of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Of course, the law, statutes, commandments. Of course, keeping the faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Right, that's choosing life. When you decided to walk in the ways of the Lord. Well, we're out here telling our people just that, to walk in the ways of the Lord. We're telling you to choose the right path instead of choosing the wrong path, which leads to death. Which that's showing you love, man. If we're telling you to choose the path that leads you to everlasting life, that's love.
Mm-hmm.
That's charity. That's passing the knowledge. That's telling you the right way.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah, that is passing the knowledge. That's passing the wisdom of the Lord, which can save your soul. The brothers is ready. The Lord put life and death before us, and we're giving them literally the guide, the study guide to reach to salvation. That's hella love, bro. You're literally saving a man's life. But of course the Lord didn't command us to thoroughly convert someone. All right, it's up to them at the end of the day. But we've done our job. And that's the love of the Heavenly Father. That's the charity. You know what I'm saying? Because what we freely give. It's freely given to us, right? So you can get the first precept.
Can I get one more?
Come on.
James 1:21. Wherefore lay apart all filthiness and superfluity of naughtiness, and receive with meekness the engrafted word which is able to save your souls. Which this word, we're out there on the highways and the hedges, like it says in the scriptures to do. Wisdom crieth out, we're out there in the chief place of concourse giving out the wisdom, which is the words which are able to save your soul. Okay? So this is Matthew chapter 5 and 14. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid.
Mm-hmm.
Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house.
Yeah, and obviously we know that the opposite of light is what? Darkness. All right, and of course, according to the scriptures, darkness represents anything that's contrary to the Lord. So that light is talking about what? The light of Yahweh Shai, his doctrine. All right, we're the Lord called us the children of light, or the sons of light.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to show forth the word of the Lord, the gospel, all right, towards people. All right, we got to publicize this, to make it known, all right, across the four corners of the earth. Because you actually have, I'm not gonna name it, I'm not gonna name names, all right, because just for edification's sake, all right. you can't be a hoarder in this truth. Which, if you actually look up the word hoarder, all right, one of the synonyms that would be associated with that word is accumulating. Accumulate. I forgot to pronounce it.
Accumulate.
To accumulate something. You know, to constantly gain something, just to constantly intake stuff. You know, of course, it's not talking about food, but in this case, it's talking about the spiritual food, talking about the word. All right, you got dudes out there that may actually retain this wisdom. All right, but they don't show forth that light. You've been given the light, and the Lord commanded you to show it, but you don't. You know, you these are the dudes that actually hide it under a bushel. You know, the dudes that don't want to go on top of the hill and show it to everyone. They want to hide it under their beds. You know, they want to be they want to be an Israelite hermit to isolate themselves towards the public. When the Lord told you to do the complete opposite.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's a commandment. You know, to feed my lambs, like I mentioned earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
Yeah, you're supposed to.
that was verse 15.
Yeah,
You
I'm
can
read
keep reading.
16.
Mhm.
Yeah, verse 16, Matthew 5 and 16.
Mhm.
Let your light so shine before men that they may that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven.
Yeah, you see that? So all leads back to the glorification of the Lord, bro. You're supposed to be out. You're supposed to be out there. You quoted it earlier. Actually, that's what's next, right? Proverbs.
No, Sirach.
Oh, okay, we can get that.
I can
in
jump
Sirach.
to Proverbs.
No, we can get that in Sirach.
I was gonna say real quick,
Get that Sirach.
because we're supposed to be doing this out of sincerity, because we don't go out there and give all that wisdom that the Lord has given us, to look cool in front of people. It's all for the glorification of the Heavenly Father,
Mm-hmm. Yep, and you can't just sit there with the immense power that you have, bro. This wisdom is very very like in the world they say with great power comes great responsibility. Your responsibility is to go out into the multitude of your people. By the way, all right, the Israelites, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we're supposed to go amongst them and tell and spread this sharing that knowledge, sharing that wisdom to them.
Yeah, like it says in Luke, to whom much is given, much is required.
bro. There you
So
go.
this is Sirach 24 and 34.
Mm-hmm.
Behold, that I have not labored for my life, Salakia, for myself only,
Mm-hmm.
Salakia, but for all them that seek wisdom.
Yeah, man. So what we labored, all right. Everyone labored to even get into this truth. The brothers that are above us, how did they get in? They labored, aka by studying, to make themselves approved, a workman, rightly dividing the word of truth by studying. So they labored, and they actually gained that knowledge, that wisdom and understanding from the Lord, all right, which was a gift, by the way, all right. The faith, all these things, all these virtues, but you're not showing forth that all these things, that all these gifts, right, that the Lord has given to you. Much is given, much is required. You are required to go onto the highways and hedges.
That's right.
You're required to be a teacher. You're required to teach people, not to teach yourself. It's basically what you didn't just labor for yourself. I labor for others that are also laboring like I was.
Yeah, even like Shar Kasab said at camp, for those guys that took a break, he said, "Who are you teaching this to? You're not going to teach it to the Lord. You have to teach it to the people, man.
Right.
So yeah, Proverbs. Get Proverbs.
Mm-hmm.
Proverbs 1 verse 20. Wisdom crieth without; she uttereth her voice in the streets. And like it says in Isaiah 51, cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression. That's what we're supposed to be doing. Does not Malachi say that the priest's lips should keep knowledge? Because see, the Heavenly Father puts us through what we go through. All right, allows us to gain wisdom, knowledge, understanding of the scriptures, puts us through trials, so that we can get out there on the highways and the byways. All right, and be basically be that righteous man. If I can get a precept real quick.
Hey, come on.
What, you want me to keep reading?
Yeah, if you could just finish that last verse. And then
Yeah.
keep going.
So like it. Yeah, this is Proverbs 1 and 20. Wisdom crieth without; she uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse. In the openings of the gates in the city, she uttereth her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity?
Yeah, that's the point. Because the thing is, it says that because we read in Sirach the 24th chapter, the 34th verse, all those that seek wisdom, and it just says that wisdom crieth in the streets. All right, it didn't say crieth in my apartment building, my apartment complex, or wherever you brothers reside.
Right.
We can't. That's not where wisdom dwells. All right, we have to cry aloud and actually show forth that wisdom out in the streets. The Lord told us to do these things. All right, the Lord didn't command us to be a hermit.
Yep.
If you literally look that word up, it means to be an isolated person essentially. It's not an insult or anything, but that's what it is. You're just like an Israelite monk or something. but the Lord told us the total antonym, the total opposite. You know, so you can get your precept.
Yeah, Proverbs 10:11. The mouth of a righteous man is a well of life. Which what? Because a righteous man, what doesn't he study to answer? You know, Salakia. One more precept. Proverbs 10:21. The lips of the righteous feed many, but fools die for want of wisdom. Yeah,
Feed my land.
yeah, exactly. So that means that what a righteous man, he's gonna do this work, man. He's gonna go out there and freely give out the knowledge to his brothers. That's showing an immense amount of love. You
Yeah,
know,
I mean, does he feed himself?
right?
No, just just hoards everything, like I said before.
Mm-hmm.
And that's actually one of the you can get the next precept.
Yeah.
But I wanted to bring out this also because I was looking up some words, mostly on the word like selfish, or that word just synonyms of selfishness, because the thing is, of course, which is the opposite of being a charitable brother. All right, because when you're selfish, you only care about yourself essentially. It's all about you, me. So there's some synonyms for the word selfish. It says, so lucky. It says greedy, uncharitable, self-serving, self-seeking. You see that? So what? You're only laboring for yourself and not for the others that seek after. You're only laboring as like some rogue Israelite. But the thing is, you're supposed to labor, all right, for what? For the elect's sake. Apostle Paul said that he suffers also. Now roughly paraphrasing, but he suffers for the afflictions of the elect too. Roughly paraphrasing. So it's all about brotherhood, man. It's all about charity. Freely giving. And I also like to make that correlation with the brotherhood in terms of income. Like the scriptures say, money is a defense. So the Lord can literally gift you, with just for example, like a raise or a promotion or something, a better opportunity to make your cash flow increase. Whatever it may be, as it is written, the Lord, he controls who is rich and who is in poverty. So if the Lord gives you a lot of money, all right, and you don't give to the brotherhood, that's being selfish. You're hoarding those goods that can be used for charitable opportunities. Actually, the Lord had it to where you got more money, so you can do that same act, that's a selfless act, which is to give that money that the Lord gave you, by the way, to another brother. And it's the same thing with the truth. The Lord gifted you gifted us with this truth, and now we're supposed to labor, or continue to labor for others that seek the same wisdom. That's charity.
Mm-hmm.
That's charity.
Yep.
That's a lot of love. Way more love than the love of the world.
Yeah,
They didn't even know what love is.
we're supposed to labor and feed the brother that's next to you.
Exactly. Feed the lambs.
Yeah, you ain't just learning just to benefit yourself. It was also to for someone else to learn from you. Because what? Okay, yeah, you know how to do something, but what about your brother? Can he do the same thing that you can? Can he get through the trial that you can get through? Because the Lord puts us through it for to build someone else up as well, not just ourselves. So this is 1 Corinthians 13:2. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I could remove mountains, and have no charity, I am nothing.
Yeah, so Apostle Paul literally just listed all the things that we are gaining and that we have gained on a certain level. We gain all these things. We know the secrets of the scriptures. We have the faith that can move mountains.
Yeah.
All right, we got faith in general. That's a gift in itself. We have the names of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai. That's man. We have all these things. But guess what? If you're not willing to be a selfless brother, then all those things are just vain. You're just a hoarder of the Lord's goods. All right, and that's a dishonorable thing. If I actually had one more word as well under that synonym selfish, which was inward looking, which I've never heard of this word, but basically what it means is not interested in taking account of other people or groups. All right, and that's what inward looking is, and of course that is a selfish act. Yeah. You're not taking account. You're not even acknowledging that others are seeking wisdom just like you were. Remember, like I said before, the Lord is shaping us into teachers. Leaders. A teacher doesn't just teach to himself. He has an audience that he has to teach to as well. He has students. We're students. The people that were above us, the brothers that were above us, they were once students. It's like a chain reaction. It's like a food chain. Except we don't eat ourselves or anything, but it's just a constant process.
We feed each other.
Yeah, it's a constant a feeding chain. All right, that's what it is. That's that charity. It's a continuous process. All right, It's a continuous process that happens that should happen on a day-to-day basis. All right, and you can't be hoarding all the goods for yourself. This merchandise that is better than rubies. You can't be hoarding it all to yourself. You know.
Mm-hmm.
If you had a piece of.
Yeah, 1 Peter 2:2. As
Close it out
newborn
with that.
babes desire the sincere milk of the word that you may grow thereby.
Right. And how are, for just a quick example, how are brothers that are under you gonna get the sincere milk? By brothers over them, you know. Our elders and such, you know, they fed us the scriptures. You know, they fed us the milk. You know, of course on the highways things, you know, they go into some, you know, stronger meat stuff that we couldn't get at first, but they gave us the milk. And what happened? We began to grow. We began to prosper.
A perfect example is YouTube, bro. That's like a whole refrigerator, all right, of all types of foods you can eat. You know, spiritually speaking.
It's a banquet, bro.
Bro.
A banquet.
It's all prepared, freshly baked for the hopeful elect, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally that's beautiful, bro. That's what you ought to do, and Lord willing, we can keep doing it, because that's a beautiful virtue. Actually, the elect need to have.
Mm-hmm.
You know, charity. Are you able to give to a brother, right? When you don't need it, that's what it comes down to. You have money, and you don't need it. But your brother does. You
Yeah,
know
there's
what
a
I'm
reason why, you know, one of the characteristics that we must possess is diligence. Diligent in what? Doing the works of the Lord.
saying?
You're being diligent in feeding your
Temperance.
brothers, you know?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, temperance and such.
Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
So, Lord willing, that was edifying. We just want to bring out a few supporting precepts on that specific virtue.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that again, all men of the Lord, hopeful elect, hope to obtain and literally put the due diligence to actually obtain these things. You know. So
Mhm.
Lord willing, that was edifying. I want to give all praise, all honor, all glory to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Kakwadash.
Again, double honors to the apostles and elders are great, most on JMS who rule well and with us this truth. And again, peace and salutations be unto you, fellow Akim, your brothers that are also seeking wisdom and that are also pushing out this word in true faith and in sincerity. So with that, we want to say shalom.
Shalom.